After a long time, in the 3rd year, the word of the Lord came to Elijah. Go and present yourself to Ahab, and I will send rain on the land.
So Elijah went to present himself to Ahab. Now the famine was severe in Samaria.
When Ahab saw Elijah, Ahab said to him, "Is it you, you troubler of Israel?"
And he answered, "I have not troubled Israel, but you have, and your father's house, because you have abandoned the commandments of the Lord and followed the Baals."
Now, therefore, send and gather all of Israel to me at Mount Carmel, and the 450 prophets of Baal and the 400 prophets of Asherah who eat at Jezebel's table.
So Ahab sent to all the people of Israel and gathered the prophets together at Mount Carmel.
And Elijah came near to all the people and said, "How long will you go limping between 2 different opinions? If the Lord is God, follow him. But if Baal, then follow him." And the people did not answer him a word.
Let 2 bulls be given to us, and let them choose 1 bull for themselves and cut it in pieces, and lay it on the wood, but put no fire to it. And I will prepare the other bull and lay it on the wood and put no fire to it.
And you call upon the name of your God, and I will call upon the name of the Lord, and the God who answers by fire. He is God. And all the people answered, "It is well spoken."
And they took the bull that was given them, and they prepared it and called upon the name of Baal from morning until noon, saying, "O Baal, answer us." But there was no voice, and no one answered. And they limped around the altar that they had made.
And at noon Elijah mocked them, saying, "Cry aloud, for he is a god. Either he is musing, or he is relieving himself, or he is on a journey, or perhaps he is asleep and must be awakened."
And they cried aloud and cut themselves after their custom with swords and lances until the blood gushed out upon them.
And as midday passed, they raved on until the time of the offering, but there was no voice. No one answered, no one paid attention.
Then Elijah said to all the people, "Come near to me." And all the people came near to him. And he repaired the altar of the Lord that had been thrown down.
And with the stones he built an altar in the name of the Lord, and he made a trench about the altar as great as would contain 2 seahs of seed.
And he put the wood in order and cut the bull in pieces and laid it on the wood. And he said, "Fill 4 jars of water and pour it on the burnt offering and on the wood."
And he said, "Do it a second time." And they did it a second time. And he said, "Do it a third time." And they did it a third time.
And the water ran around the altar and filled the trench also with water.
And at the time of the offering, Elijah the prophet came near and said, "O Lord, God of Abraham, Isaac, and Israel, let it be known this day that you are God in Israel, and that I am your servant, and that I have done all these things at your word."
Answer me, O Lord, answer me, that this people may know that you, O Lord, are God, and that you have turned their hearts back.
Then the fire of the Lord fell and consumed the burnt offering, and the wood, and the stones, and the dust, and licked up the water that was in the trench.
And when all the people saw it, they fell on their faces and said, "The Lord, He is God. The Lord, He is God."
1 Kings chapter 18.